So this is the first example of drawing zones. This particular zone is some cell ice and crude, March 16, 2023. You can see this is over threshold 296, so it's a drawable, tradable zone. So the first thing you want to do is get your last traded price line on this chart. Will help you draw the zones to pinpoint accuracy, right? So what you want to do, again, in the past, for years actually, I was drawing zones to the edges of the bubbles, which is incorrect. You want to draw it to the center of the bubbles, and instead of guessing where the center is, you can bring them this last traded price line. So you right click on the bubble, configure visible components, come to last price, make sure that's checked, and you can see here now I have the last traded price line on my chart here. So the next thing you do is pull your bubbles off the slider up here. That's right here. So these are the two of the things we're going to be using here, the slider and then the crosshair. So get your bubbles off the screen. Make sure your crosshair is checked so we can trace the prices in the spike. So all we're doing here is we're going to incorporate all these prices that occurred into this price spike for this iceberg, right? So you want to expand this a little bit, and then you want to come up here, horizontal line. So you can, there's two ways you can do this. I go over hotkeys in another video. You can either just click on this pencil, horizontal line, and draw it that way. I suggest just putting the lines on the chart because you're going to be zooming in and out, and it's a pain trying to figure out. As long as you get them on the chart, and then you can adjust them after you get them on the chart. So I'm going to exit out of this so I can pull this up. So now what I want to do again is follow all the prices in the spike. So obviously the spike, these prices went all the way up here. So I'm going to take the top of the zone. I'm going to use my hotkey, my edit hotkey. So, or you just go into edit right there, and then click on the line, and you'll see this little dot. This dot will help you drag it to the right prices. So you can see this market traded up to here in this spike, right? So again, this drawing tool is pretty tedious. They're supposed to be making a new one, but we gotta use what we have for now. So you gotta be going in and out of edit mode just to move this around. But you can see here's the spike. Price traded down to 67.76 during this spike, and all the way up to 67.94, and then the spike ended, right? The spike ended, price was down here, but it covered all the way up to here. This is where traders get confused, I think, right? So the spike ended, the price was here, but it covered all of these prices during the spike. So we want that zone. And then all you do is bring your bubbles back, and then you have an accurate zone.